Welcome back to another episode of the Heavy Burns Extremely Magical Original Directory of Super Passable Hardware, a specially refined edition for Skyrim, or the Modosphere for short. One day Thor was minding his own business when he noticed something strange about an ominous door in the side of a mountain. This was Thor's one day off, but he reckoned he'll do some sightseeing as a nice pastime. What a nice sight, I guess now it's time to go. Never mind, it looks like we're going inside. Thor ventured through a dark corridor and eventually came across a large chamber with a woman standing by a fire. So Thor reckoned he'd best check what she was up to.
That's close enough. Who are you?
I'm Fat Thor, who are you?
What do you mean? Didn't you get my letter? I paid good coin to a courier to track you down, and you're saying you just came here by coincidence?
Well, Thor isn't exactly the easiest to track.
Well, perhaps it's fate. The thing is, my younger brother went down this shaft a few days ago, and I'm worried he's stuck down there. Or worse. I know this is a lot to ask, but I need you to go in after him and bring him back to me alive. Do you think you could do that for me?
Thor, remember, this is your day off. You have no obligation to do anything.
I knew I could count on you.
I genuinely worry if you're okay.
Now quickly, go!
Well, I guess this is what we're doing today then. Approaching a giant drop, Thor then found a dusty journal on a pedestal, which read,
If you are reading this, you stand at the entrance to an ancient dwarven city. No doubt you have never heard of it, for in all my travels and all my study, I have never read of it in any text, save for the inscription here. It reads, Those who seek refuge will find peace here, basking in the sun under the ground. Those who seek gold will find riches beyond imagining, but will pay for this folly with their lives, for there is no return to the world of man. Is it possible there is life down there? Is it possible the dwarves are still alive after all this time? As I stand here on this precipice, war raging all over Tamriel, my mind is made up. Today I take a leap of faith. Beloved reader, perhaps one day you will join me. Consider this an invitation or a warning.
Let's be honest, I think we all know that Thor definitely took that as an invitation, but he wasn't a huge fan of falling to his death, so he decided to get a little more information off Cassia first.
Are you ready to go or not?
Bitch, we can turn around and leave right now unless you answer my f***ing question.
Alright.
Why did you send for me of all people?
I was in Markarth looking for help when I heard people talking about you.
Shit, boys, they figured me out. Going to find your brother, speak to you later. Oh my god, that was a close one. Am I right, Thor? Thor continued on and came across a ginormous cavern with what seemed to be an old abandoned Dwemer city inside. He also noticed a hanging body and a note beside it. Thor reckoned this had to be Cassia's brother, and the note read as follows.
To whoever reads this, I am so sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you will share my fate. I have spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. There are only two choices. Death, or the door to the house on the lake. I made the mistake of opening that door. I thought I could help them if I found the right one, but whatever I did, it took me right back to that lake house. In the end, all I learned is that some things are worse than death. I urge you to learn from my mistakes. Best to take your own life now, than find out what awaits you beyond that door. I've locked it and hidden the key. I'll guard it with my eternal soul if I have to. But I fear even that will not be enough. For the lake house calls to you. And when it does, you must not listen. Aldrius.
But unfortunately, the lake house did call and Thor did listen. But first, he needed to find the key from Altreus's ghost.
I was in your understand. I locked the lake house door to stop you from making the same mistake I made. And now, you ignore my words and come searching for the key.
Altreus's demon ghost voice was right. We need that key because wherever the lake house led was bound to be better than starving to death.
Stay away. I hid that key for a reason.
Yeah, but we need it, so... Mission successful. I guess we'll just walk back. Ouch, my knees. Thor reckoned it was time to find out what this creepy lake house was all about. So he took a look over the narrow wooden bridge and saw that the lake house door had some sort of magical effect. But Thor ain't been scared for a single day in his life, so headed across the bridge and unlocked the door with the key he'd just almost broke his knees trying to obtain. Inside was a small room which contained a desk which contained a note. It read,
7 years ago, I discovered this wondrous city uninhabited. Others soon followed, heeding my invitation, and our community grew and prospered under my rule. But as I write this, I am alone once again, for my subjects have been the victims of an unspeakable atrocity. This is why, at the expense of my own life, I must open a portal that will take you into the past, before all this began. Beloved reader, you must go back, investigate what set this atrocity in motion, and prevent it by any means necessary.
Thor didn't really fancy himself a time traveller, but he figured he had no other choice. And so Thor touched the portal one last time, and finally travelled to the Forgotten City.